Title: The Rich Man Who Dressed in Rags. In the heart of the old savanna, where the baobab trees whispered secrets to the wind and the sun painted gold upon the earth, there lived a man named Oba. Oba was no ordinary man. He was one of the richest in all the land. His wealth stretched farther than the eyes could see. Vast farmlands, cattle with coats like polished bronze, and granaries overflowing with yams, maize, and millet. But despite all he had, Oba was troubled. He had no wife, no companion to share his heart, his home, or his future. Every woman who came to see him admired his gold, his silks, his carriages, but none saw him. They laughed sweetly at his words, praised what he owned, and imagined their lives in his palace. Yet Oba yearned for a woman who would love him not for what he had, but for who he truly was. One night, as he sat beneath the moonlit sky, an old wise man from the neighboring village visited him. The man was known to speak little but say much. He looked at Oba and said, "If you want a wife with a true heart, hide your crown and wear the dust of the earth." Oba thought long and hard. The next morning, he stripped himself of all finery. He exchanged his silk robes for torn wrappers, smeared his hands with charcoal, and walked with a wooden staff as though he were a weary traveler. He left his land behind and journeyed to a village where no one knew his name. In that village lived a man named Babatunde, who had 6 daughters, each more beautiful than the last. Word had already spread that the family sought suitors for the girls. Many fine young men had come, some with horses, others with gifts of jewelry and perfumes, but none had won the heart of the daughters. They were proud, and rightly so, for their beauty had become the pride of the village. When Oba arrived, tired and dusty, he knocked gently on Babatunde's gate. The old man opened and looked at the stranger with pity. "I am but a poor traveler," Oba said, bowing low. "I have nothing but the strength of my back and the truth in my chest. But I seek a wife who will build with me, not on gold, but on love." The eldest daughter laughed out loud. "You? With your cracked feet and patched clothes? I would rather marry a goat than share a roof with a beggar." The second said, "Look at his hands, so rough. He smells of wood smoke and sweat." The third rolled her eyes. "He has nothing. What kind of life would I live?" One after the other they rejected him, some with mockery, others with disgust. But the last daughter, the youngest named Amara, stepped forward. Her eyes were quiet but kind. She said nothing at first, only looked at the man before her. She saw his hands, yes, rough, but hands that spoke of work, of effort. She saw his eyes, tired perhaps, but honest. She turned to her father and said, "Baba, I will speak with him." They sat beneath the mango tree outside, where the sun threw warm shadows around them. They talked, not of riches, not of gold, but of dreams, of fears, of what it meant to build a life. Oba asked, "If I had nothing but my hands, would you build with me?" And Amara answered, "Yes, because hands can shape homes and hearts can fill them." Babatunde was puzzled, but gave his blessing. "If this is your choice, Amara, then so be it." Oba and Amara were wed in a simple ceremony. They lived humbly in a small hut near the river, cooking with firewood and fetching water from the stream. Amara never complained. She sang while she worked, danced when it rained, and smiled even when food was scarce. After one full season passed, Oba told his wife, "Amara, I must return to my people for a short time. Will you come with me?" She nodded. When they arrived at his homeland, Amara was speechless. The dusty path became a grand road. The little hut turned into a palace. The man she married walked tall, and his servants bowed as he passed. Oba turned to her and said, "Amara, I am not the poor man I pretended to be. I am Oba, son of kings. But you are the true royalty here. You chose me when I had nothing. So now you shall have everything." Tears filled Amara's eyes, not for the gold, not for the jewels, but because she had been seen. She had been loved, truly, deeply, wholly. Words spread like wildfire, and the sisters who had laughed came running, dresses bright and eyes greedy. But Oba turned them away. A heart that sees only gold is blind to love. And so Oba and Amara ruled together, not just with wealth, but with wisdom. Their love became a story told across generations, reminding all who heard it that true love is not found in riches, but in the quiet knowing of the soul.